All right, I'm going to teach a couple of very basic things. So first of all, your foot placement for your fighting stance. It is not this. No knock need, no flat arches. You need to get your toes open. So if your toes can't open, you need new shoes. You need to be able to stand on your toes, heels go out, body can open, and you can press outward from your sides. If you're falling inwards, you're already losing anything that comes at you. You're already collapsed. So when you're here, you take a step forward this way. So if you think about it, you can make a box with your knees in both directions. Okay? That's how you know you're in a square stance. Toes point at your target, hips point at your target, shoulders point at your target. When you relax here, your target's more that way. You're facing this way because you're actually trying to bait them in to react, and all strikes come from here. See how this rotates? This doesn't just rotate here to here where I turn my shoulder and upper body. My leg, my whole body rotates around my center. My center, when I'm moving, is not a pull from here to here. It is where my weight is going here and where my head is moving. So your center is your center of balance, not the center of your knees. So, feet here, shoulders wide, shoulders deep. Like, it's an easy way to think about it. This gives you balance. So if you're like walking around and something happens, you get to here. You get to here. These hands go up. This is where you're the strongest. From here. There's a reason humans' hands go up when we're scared. We can strike from here with all of our power. We're apes. We ambulate. We literally climb like this. We have power here. Now, you'll notice if you look really closely, my hands are over my feet vertically. And if I make fists, they sit below my eyes. My elbows stay in line with my body. They don't come out on my shoulders. So you see where they line up with my shoulders? I keep them lined up with my body and my knees, not winged like this. You're going to lose everything. So this is just basic form. If you're like this, you're safer. If you get hit, you can take more force. If you get kicked, you can take it better. Make sure that, see my feet. I am here, and my weight is not on my heel. My feet are not down. My feet are up, and I'm lifted. My knees are slightly bent, and I'm ready to just move. I'm just dancing and I'm floating. Do not let your feet lock down. That's your body getting tired and you're rooted and you're doing this and you can't move. Any hit that you take is going to lock here. See, I don't have range of motion. Where if I'm here and I get hit, I can move. And so you have that. It's a natural reaction. You don't have to train it. Your strikes, all you need is a palm strike. It means you pull your wrist back, palm inward. You can hit much harder here than you can with any of this. I don't care how good your fist is, this will always hit harder. What you're aiming for, when you practice, use a mirror. Look at your own self. You're aiming for the corner of your own eyes, corner of your nose, corner of your jaw, or directly against your ears. And your strike comes straight into that. You have an angle from your shoulder to your own face that's almost straight. My whole body extends when I do it. You do that to a person, you will knock them across the room. Sack of buckwheat. This is a pillow. If I hit this, you should be able to see the force. I'm going to send this thing flying. So from here, very lazy. I didn't shout. I did barely even breathe. I just extended my arm and extended my leg. You don't want to extend all the way because where your toes are, that's where your power is. If you close your toes, you're striking closer. If you open your toes, you can strike farther. That's just an interesting way of how the body works. So, palm, here, 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 here. Don't worry too much about anything else. Just make sure that when you make contact, you go through the target. So, if their face is here, I want my hand to go through here. And it's going to come at this angle. The neck doesn't bend that way. It's really easy. So, if somebody's coming at you, just slam the palm of your hand straight through their head, targeting these little points. If they grab you, that same palm strike above the elbow or to the shoulder or to the wrist. Okay? If they're holding something, you grab their hand and you yank and their arm extends and you make that palm strike here, you're breaking their arm. You're snapping this, you're just going to snap their elbow. That strike, only defensive strike you need to know. If they're too close for you to extend and they're like right here in your face, your next one is your elbow here, not here. No, 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 no. Here or here. And it is literally just across or back. And you just turn your whole body and you just swing for the fences, same places you're aiming for. So look at your own face in the mirror and look at cutting off your own nose. All right? That's what you're going for. That's what it should look like. Turning your body when you do this, making sure your feet move is important. If my feet don't move, all that pressure, all the force I'm trying to hit them with, I'm putting on my knee, my hip, my ankle, my other knee, and I'm twisting my low back and I'm hurting myself. No, don't do that. Now, all I want you to practice for a kick is picking your knee up, turning your foot out, and stepping forward. And just doing that a lot. It's a really awkward thing to do. But if you can just and do that, somebody comes at you and you just step through their leg. Aim for the shin, but you step through their leg like that. They will buckle and they will go down. They'll fall to the ground. They'll fall hard. They'll try to catch themselves. They'll probably break their wrists. They might break their tailbone. Just that is usually enough to knock down and get away from those fights, and then you run away. If you find yourself falling with them, leave above their head. They can't grab you like this. So if you fall down on somebody, just roll towards their head. Use all of your bony bits to make it uncomfortable for them. But that's self-defense. Don't worry about hitting anyone in the groin. Don't worry about trying to thumb someone in the eye or punch them in the throat. The level of skill and training that is required to get to the point where you can actually just fist fight somebody, like, first off, it's never going to be like what you see in the movies. Typically, 1-2 hits, someone goes down or someone pulls a knife or grabs a bottle, and they're brutal. And you're just hitting each other, and nobody knows, and everybody goes home with broken, bloody gashes everywhere. This will at least make it so they'll get off you fast, and they'll think twice, because you're not just hitting them hard when you hit them like this or you step on them like this. You're rearranging their world in a sense. Like the angles that you're hitting them through, like that, aren't ways that our brain naturally processes movement. So they'll be stunned. They'll be like, where just happened? They won't know because the angle to them looks like it's straight, but it hits them from the side. It shakes them. I can get into the physics of it. I'm not going to this time. But for self-defense lesson, literally just look in the mirror, practice standing like this, practice turning your feet when you rotate, so you can actually fully rotate, and just have your palms come out, and just think about palm striking yourself in the mirror, and all of the corner of the nose across, outside corner of the eye, upper corner of the jaw, directly on the ear, or right up in the base of the neck if they're too close, like where the neck and the base of the skull meet in the jaw. Those are the only places you need to worry about it. You don't want to hit somebody in the face directly, mostly because you don't want their blood and spit and teeth in your hand. Last thing you want to do is have someone's tooth go in your hand and find out that they have AIDS, and now you have AIDS because they bit you with you knocked their tooth out, and now the blood's in your blood. That's, no, don't go there. Much better to hit them here, break this, and pop their eyeball out. Because then it's not your blood. Well, it's not blood. Yeah, whatever. So that's what you're doing. If you want to practice power in your kicks, practice picking your knee up just like you're going up. Like that's just a thing. Body motion here, but that's it. Just being able to do this. And if you get to the point where you can just notice I'm breathing. Oh, breathing. That's why I'm stalling. Breathe out before you move. Huts. The louder you breathe, the harder you're going to hit. Because you're and compressing, and the more you compress your body as you breathe out, the faster you're going to move. Huts! Kind of thing. So what you want to do when you're breathing, sight, bitch, motherfucker, cunt. It doesn't, I probably should edit those. Doesn't matter what you say. Make noises when you strike to make sure you're breathing out before you move. It can be a fraction of a moment before you move. But you need to breathe out. Otherwise, you're going to pop yourself like a balloon. That's going to suck. That's going to hurt. You're going to get tired and winded. So breathe, breathe out, and turn your body. And just practice that in front of the mirror for like 3 or 4 hours until you can kind of just do it while you sleepwalk and think about other things. Next thing you know, you'll be fantastic.